In this section, we're going to talk about the template method pattern. Let's say we're going to build a banking application, and we're supposed to record all the user activities within an audit trail. So every time the user performs a task, we should record who did what and when within an audit trail. For this demo, let's talk about two different tasks, such as transferring money between accounts and generating some kind of financial report. Now, because we have different types of tasks, we don't want to implement these tasks as separate methods of a single class, because every time we want to change a task or support a new task, we should come back and modify that class. We want our system to be closed for modifications and open for extensions. So we should represent each task using a separate class. Let me show you. First, we add a package called template. In this package, we add a new class called transfer money task. Now, in this task, we can have a method called execute. Now, every time we want to execute a task, first we should record who is performing this task. We want to store this information in an audit trail. So let's add a new class here called audit trail. And here we can have a method like record. Now, in the real application, this method needs a parameter for capturing information about who is performing the current task. But here we're going to leave that out for simplicity. Instead, we want to print audit. Now, in our transfer money task class, we need a private field of type audit trail. Let's call it audit trail. And then initialize it using a constructor. So we generate a constructor and initialize this field. IntelliJ moved this field down, so I'm going to move it up. That is better. Here's our constructor, and then we have our execute method. Now here, first we call audit trail.record. And then we have the logic for transferring money between accounts. So let's say transfer money. Now let's add a second task class. So one more time, we're going to call this class generate report task. Just like before, we give it an audit trail and initialize it using a constructor. Okay, here's our constructor. Then we add our execute method. First, we call audit trail.record, and then we add the logic for generating the report. So generate report. Now, there are a couple of problems with this implementation. The first problem is code duplication. So every time we create a new task, we should follow this structure. We should add a private field of type audit trail and initialize it using a constructor. That is repetitive. The second problem is that nobody is forcing us to follow this structure. What if tomorrow I join this company as a new software engineer and create a new task class without following the structure? My task class is not going to record the current task in an audit trail. Now, I got a question for you. Out of the 4 essential principles of object-oriented programming, which principle do you think we can apply to solve this problem? Spend 10 minutes on this exercise and propose a solution. We'll talk about my solution next.